Hey there, my name is Brighton, and I am here with Pastor Rob, who just gave the last sermon in the sermon series on John chapter 17 and verses 20 through 26. So you kind of wrapped it all up and landed on unity.
Yeah.
But you said leading up to that, you went on the mission trip to Rhode Island with the middle school and high schoolers. And then you came home and God told you, hey, what you had prepared isn't what I have for you to give to the church. So you want to...
It was either God or bad clams, one of the two. But no, I just couldn't sleep, and I didn't have ease of or peace of kind of to do what I had prepared, and I just felt like maybe God was saying just speak on what you observed, speak on what you experienced. And so for me, I just all of a sudden I was just overwhelmed by this idea of what true Christian unity would look like, and not just that, but how easily it is to obtain it. Obviously in that context, all the students were together. They're forced to be together, but to see how God kind of took them from where they were at, even before the trip, just kind of off in their own cliques, which is normal. Everyone has cliques. Yeah. But then to see how he united them just that Sunday, and then we hit the ground running on Monday, and overwhelmingly just the amount of togetherness and unity and love for each other was amazing. And even in the message when I referenced that picture on their free day, they're all working together. My son was like, oh, I didn't even think about that, but that's wild. Like that's what we did. And so I just wanted to kind of just talk about like how easy unity is, because you take people from different backgrounds. You take them from different perspectives, different experiences. God might be leading someone in this direction while he's leading another person in this direction. And I think it's just so unique to think about, like, we serve a God who's so big and so vast and so diverse that he can do those things at the same time. Just because what's important to this person isn't important to this person doesn't mean that God's not at work in both of those situations. Yeah. And my hope and my prayer for King Street is that we can put aside political beliefs. If a Democrat comes in, or if a Republican comes in, or an independent, or who knows what, are they going to feel welcome? Or are they going to feel like they don't have a voice, they can't say anything? If someone comes in who is uneducated, are they going to feel welcome? If someone comes in who's homeless, are they going to feel welcome? Because in God's eyes, we're all his image bearers, and what he desires is that we all become his children. Yeah. And so the only way that we can do that is by coming together as a church. And I get so excited about it because, man, if we could have a tenth of the unity that the students showed up in Rhode Island, we would be a force for Christ here in Chambersburg. And it would just be amazing. And so that's why I just feel like I just had no peace that night, because you put in, when you're preparing a message, if you're doing it right, you're putting in 30 hours of prep. Yeah. And then I was like, well, God, I don't have 30 hours. And he's like, no, you had way more than that, because you just lived this message out. You saw it. You lived it out. So go do it and go talk about it. And I think it's powerful. And I love the fact that we as diverse people, that we as people from different backgrounds, different stages of life, different generations, come together, and in how we interact with each other, we're a representation of the Trinity. Like that's what blows my mind. So that's kind of where it came from. Yeah. I think the one thing that I said is that Christ came for us to have unity and not uniformity. Yes. If we can all hold on to that, that's the first step in true unity. We don't have to think alike. We don't have to act alike. But we all have to be together. Yeah. And there definitely is this misconception that in order to be in unity, we have to be all these replicas of one another. Right. And I don't believe that God created us to be that. If he wanted robots who didn't have free will, he would have created us that way. But he made us all to have that uniqueness and that creativity, individuality as humans. So yeah, it's being able to get along with one another. Yeah. So I guess that's the challenge. Like, what are some of those things? I have my top 3 that are just non-negotiables, but you have to be wondering to yourself and thinking to yourself, what are some things that what are some barriers in my life, things that I'm allowing to seep in, or from different sources or different perspectives that I'm allowing to seep in that are creating barriers towards unity. And then the question becomes, how do you break those barriers down?
Yep.
And the answer is going to be different for every person.
Right.
But it's an important question to ask, because what I don't want to happen is it's just a message, and it was a good message, and then that's it. Like the reason God asks people to talk about his word and to teach his word is because his word is supposed to shape us and change our worldview. And so hopefully that's what this will do.
Yep. Wonderful.
So, awesome.
Thank you so much. Hopefully that was a great challenge and encouragement to you. Thanks, Pastor Rob, for being able to allow God to speak through you as you also wrap up this chapter sermon series. So we hope to see you again next week as Bishop Todd Fetters leads us into the new sermon series in the book of Psalms. Have a good week.
Have a good one.